I'm here today in Warrensburg, Missouri to talk about ESP Safety Shelters. ESP Safety Shelters are designed, built, and shipped from right here at Swisher in Warrensburg, Missouri. We are a National Storm Shelter Association producer member. All of our shelters have been tested and certified at Texas Tech to withstand a direct hit from an EF5 tornado or 250 mile-an-hour winds. All our shelters are made out of 3/16 hot-rolled steel. And I'd like to highlight some of the key features of the ESP Safety Shelter for you today. Our first key feature is our sliding door. A lot of the shelters on the market have an outward swinging door or an inward swinging door. With an outward swinging door, you can get debris lodged or jammed in front of it, making the door difficult to open. If you have an inward swinging door, you're going to lose internal capacity for the door. With the sliding door, you have none of those challenges. Let's talk a little more about the door. The door is going to latch. It has a solid bar in here in the door jamb connected to the handle that is going to, it has a solid bar inside the door that is going to engage over 3 1/2-inch hardened steel pins inside the door jamb. So when this door closes, all 3 of those pins are going to be simultaneously engaged, securing the door. To finish that security, all our doors are manufactured with a Medico maximum security deadbolt. When the deadbolt is engaged, the solid bar is completely locked, preventing it from becoming unconnected from the 1/2-inch hardened steel pins. So, you've made it through the storm, all's good, your neighbor's tree come through and hit the handle. So you unlock you disengage your deadbolt, you go to move the handle, and it still won't move. Okay, what do? All of these 1/2-inch hardened steel pins, as I referenced earlier, have a tethered cotter pin on the back side. When you pull this tether, it will release these 3 1/2-inch hardened steel pins, and you can open the door. Okay, so it has deformed the door just enough so that it can't quite get all the way open. That's where our Swisher exclusive ESP escape panels come into play. Each one of our shelters has these panels. When you install your shelter, you will install these on the open end of the shelter. There's a wrench that comes with the shelter that's kept inside. So, you're going to first start, you're going to take out the bolts for the top panel. You're going to pull that top panel inside, make sure everything is safe and clear. Then you can remove the lower panel and exit the shelter safely. The shelter is not assembled when it's shipped. It's going to arrive at your home on 2 pallets. This allows you, especially if you have an existing home, you're trying to get it down in a basement or in a tighter room, you can take it actually in there piece by piece versus a fully welded shelter that you're going to have to cut a hole in your house to try to get it inside. So, you take it in, where do you start? All of the shelters must bolt to an existing concrete slab, at least 5 inches thick. The shelter is, when you arrive on the pallet, it's going to have a steel anchor template that you're going to put together on your floor that has your anchor hole pattern. You will drill all of your anchor holes for the shelter, and then you will start very much like an erector set. You'll set the first corner and then go piece by piece around to assemble your shelter. The toughest part of the assembly is the door. The door is about 450 pounds. It takes a couple stout people to get the door positioned and hung. Once you do that, you're good to go. All the door hardware is already pre-assembled from the factory. It comes with all the hardware, all the bolts, the anchors that you need to install your ESP safety shelter.